cause look at this. No RX-78-2 Gundam could ever do this. Salutations fellow hobbyists and welcome to the Toyama23 hobby channel. My very first top 10 video was top 10 perfect grade Unleash alternatives. You know, in case you can't get your hands on a perfect grade Gundam back then. Here are 10 kits that might fill that void 3 years ago. But if you ask me for alternatives to the perfect grade Unleash today, I'll say hands down this kit. Why? My first thought when I saw this picture, it's a mini perfect grade Unleash. Wow. How so? Well, hobby heads on and let's think hard and loud in this hobby head video about the real grade RX-78-2 Gundam 2.0. First, let's put the 1.0 next to the 2.0 and compare. And right off the bat, we see not as skinny now. The trend seems to be buffer and stronger than lean and mean. It used to be about looking slim, but now everyone wants to look like they work out. A standout similarity apart from the color and both being the granddaddy are the legs. Nice nod to each other. Now apart from the stronger silhouette, it seems the bigger difference are the arms. More parts and details. And the chest is quite different as well. Speaking of the chest, let's end the comparison and look deeper into it. Cause look at this. No RX-78-2 Gundam could ever do this. And that's a new benchmark. What am I talking about? The cockpit. The way it opens. One hatch goes up, the other goes down. We see the modern design motif all over, letting us see a lot of inner frame peeking through. And speaking of peeking through, ever worried about anyone peeking on your internet privacy and gathering your information? Check out NordVPN. I'll add a link below to the latest deal for you, NordVPN. The other huge improvement for this real grade is they took the core fighter in the cockpit of every Granddaddy Gundam's system and fused the awesome articulation of the master grade Origin Gundam together. A little context, the Origin's articulation is great because there are no core fighter. Core fighter equals no forward ab crunch, but not with this real grade. Why? They did this to the core fighter, giving it the ability to articulate in tandem. And because of that, this core fighter, despite being similar looking to the 1.0, is not the same. If that solves the articulation for the torso, I don't think they need to include a core block, and there are no pictures or hints of a core block in these promotional images. Because of that, I do think all the runners will be brand new, no recycling. Bandai is not holding back punches here. Every accessories that comes with this kit has been redesigned. Even the bazooka, which didn't need to be, has a slight redesign. And a small speculation, perhaps the standing pilot figure is the only thing that is recycled from the 1.0. You know, I say that only because something deep in me wants to be wrong about that. Next picture, we see this classic pose all Granddaddy Gundam need to make. And we see they retain the lower leg armor shifting gimmick from the 1.0. This picture shows so much details in the inside, very machine-like. Maybe this is a real grade extreme. So much details. Biggest thing for me is there are no cavity for the nose of the core fighter to slide in like the 3.0 master grade or even the perfect grade Unleash. So somehow the core fighter's nose does not protrude as far when transformed. Interesting. Next, that is a lot of details to look at. You'll need to lift up the armor to appreciate. Don't take that the wrong way. It's unnecessary but appreciated. Like these parts, overkill with details, but appreciated. from behind. That's where I see a lot of different details, not ever seen on any other granddaddy. Like this detail behind the head, the lower back, and knee pit. Functional, but the color separation is good combination of form and function. Whew. That's a lot to take in, but humor me as I share my speculation. Real grade started in 2010 and it was marked as a combination of all the grades, like color separation of a perfect grade, complexity of a master grade, and the size of a high grade. Something like that. And combining all that brought us our first real grade, but a few things were flawed. Some kits were a hit and some were a miss. There were problems with the kit mainly being fragile. Joints get too loose, they didn't feel stable to articulate. The biggest problem with it was we didn't know what real grades were. We only know it's real grade because it says it on the box and it does that big head and the whole body shot on the box, and we know that's real grade. So for a while I used to think they were high grades that had pre-assembled inner frames and more surface details all over it compared to high grades. However, as time goes by, Bandai slowly did away with those pre-assembled inner frames, and at this point, I thought all real grades lost what made it unique. But the unexpected happened. Real grades got real good. Enter the unofficial 2.0 phase of real grade. At this point, to me, real grades were mini master grades. Watch my videos about other real grade speculation and you will see how many of the real grades kits look way better than their master grade counterparts. In terms of design, for example, you'll see how torn I was when the real grade Epion got released cause I'm a master grade purist. And the fan base for real grade just keeps growing. When I started making videos, real grades were in my eye mini master grades with updated flashes to their design, like artistic liberties. I would often look at them and wish they were bigger and had a pilot sitting in the cockpit. Those were the two factors that kept me in the master grade bandwagon. So in retrospect, I think this 2.0 marks the beginning of the unofficial phase 3 of real grade lines. In my eye, it's not a mini master grade, it's a mini perfect grade Unleashed Gundam. So my speculation is, perhaps what comes next would be what a certain mecha be like in mini perfect grade. Say for example the Stargazer Gundam. That would never get a perfect grade release from Bandai. A perfect grade of that kit would be the price of a unicorn perfect grade, but it's not even close to its popularity. That mecha might not sell well as a perfect grade, but as a real grade, no doubt sell like hotcakes. So perhaps they will approach making that kit as if with a perfect grade philosophy, but tone down the size, part count, modernize it, and jazz it up in some way. People who don't know about the Stargazer might still be intrigued to try it out, cause real grades are still affordable. And when it's a good real grade, word of mouth will spread and Bandai will make way more money out of that than if they were to make a perfect grade or even master grade of that kit. I do believe high grade and real grades are where the money is. On the other hand, I might just be reading too much into this, and what might be happening is Bandai's just turning all phase 1 real grades to updated mini master grades. Who knows? Or this 2.0 is just a once in a while thing. You know, there are still so many kits that can come out of this line. Like Stargazer Gundam. Come on Bandai, don't let some third party keep beating you to the punch. In any case, I am excited for you real grade enthusiasts out there. So fellow hobbyists, keep things awesome, keep the hobby going, and keep the hobbyist alive. I am Toyama23, signing out.